So having the ability to make my own cables and crimp-on connectors has been one of the most useful things I picked up since working with electronics and controls. So today I'm going to go over these DuPont connectors, which have a 0.1 inch pitch, so center to center, 0.1 inches apart, and that just happens to line up perfectly with the common pin headers that you see on Arduinos, ESP32s, and a lot of other boards and electronic devices. So these are really handy. I'm going to go over how to do those, but let's also talk about a couple other types of connectors. So these are Molex connectors. This is the MiniFit Junior, and these are really nice for things like stepper motor cables and things like that. You can actually make some really professional looking cables with the right tools. So for something like that, you're going to need a pair of crimpers like this, which are a little bit bigger, but for what I'm going to go over today, we'll be using these crimpers. These are the PA-09 from this company called Engineer Precision. So yeah, they work really well. I'm going to go over how to do that. Let's get started. So these DuPont connectors come in two different styles. You can get the female socket or the male pin, and either one of those connectors fits into the plastic housing. So in this case, we want to use two of these singles, and we're going to be using the pins. So I'm going to get these out of the way. The crimp connectors come on a ribbon like this. You just break them off. And then the two wires that we're going to be putting connectors on here are these ones. So I'm going to take my strippers, make sure those are all the same length, which they are. And then I happen to know this is 26 gauge wire. You might have to do some experimenting to figure that out for yourself. But I'm just going to strip off. I'm going to strip off about that much. So now with that wire stripped, I'm going to place it in the connector. And what I want to do is get the shoulder, the insulation, right up against this. I need to twist the wires a little bit to get them to go in. So right up against that first crimp spot, and then I'm going to be using the 1.9 millimeter crimp on this. So I want to flip it around so that the connector goes in like this. And then I'm gonna get that right on that joint. I actually got to move over a little bit. So it's right there. I've got my wire pushed in all the way. Just give it a little squeeze. So it should look like that when it's all done. And now we got to crimp the insulation. In this case, we're going to use the same size. Oh, that actually fell off, so I don't think I crimped it quite hard enough. Alright, so I messed that up earlier. I was using the wrong crimper, but we're actually going to use the 1.6 millimeter on the conductor and the 1.9 millimeter on the insulation. So let's try that again. So I'm going to give the wires a little twist. And then I'm getting that conductor or the insulation pushed right up against the crimp body. And then I'll flip these over and get the crimp going right into the notch. So it should look just like this on that side, and then on this side it looks like that. Oh, you want to avoid that. Looks like I got a stray wire there, so I'm going to try that again. Okay, and it also helps if you kind of get it started like that, and then you check and adjust the position if you need to. That way everything's not going to shift around on you. So now we've got that in there. We're going to give it a good crimp. and again it gets kind of stuck, so just need to gently help it out there. That looks pretty good, so we're gonna do the same on this one. I'm just gonna help it along a little bit here with the end of the crimper, just to make it a little bit narrower so it fits into that V better. And we're just gonna do the same thing. So I'm right on the crimp there. Just give it a squeeze. So when you're done, it should look like that. So you can see that's in there nice and solid. And crimping the insulation helps hold that in, but really most of the mechanical connection is on the conductor side. So that's the one that you really got to worry about. But yeah, that should be ready to go. So now with that done, we're gonna try to insert it into the plastic housing. See, there's two different ends, so there's a small end and a big end. We wanna go in from the big end, and it's important to have it rotated around so that the slot lines up with the front side of the connector. So it should go on just like this. And if you do it right, it should just slide right in. If it's a little bit tight, usually what will happen is the crimp right here is a little bit too big, so you can kind of help it along like that, and then it just goes right on. So there we go, we got that one done. There we go. So we just talked about the male connector, but the female is basically the exact same. The only difference is the male has this long pin coming out. It comes out of the plastic housing. So you can see if we put this side by side, you can see how much that sticks out. And the female connector is all the way inside the housing. So as far as crimping, they work exactly the same way. And as far as inserting in the housing, it's exactly the same. It's just gonna look a little bit different when you're all done. So just for fun, we're gonna run through this again on the female connector, so you can see the process. And there we go.